Hereby present to you the tale of the three trees by Angela Evelyn Hunt. Once upon a mountaintop, three little trees stood and dreamed of what they wanted to become when they grew up. The first tree looked up at the stars twinkling like diamonds above him and said,
"Someday I hope to be a treasure box. People could fill me with gold, silver, and precious gems. They could decorate me and I will be the most beautiful treasure box in this world."
The second tree looked out at the small stream trickling by on the way to the ocean and said,
"Someday I will be a mighty ship. Kings and queens would travel on me to new places. Everyone would feel safe because I will be the strongest ship in the world."
Finally, the third tree looked down into the valley below where busy men and busy women worked in a busy town and said,
"I want to grow to be the tallest in the forest. People will see me in the top of a hill and raise their eyes to heaven and think of God. I'll be the tallest tree in the world."
Years passed. The rain came, the sun shone, and the little trees grew tall. One day, the three woodcutters climbed the mountain. The first woodcutter looked at the first tree and said,
"This looks like a strong tree. I can sell the wood to a carpenter."
After being cut down, the tree was happy because he knew that the carpenter would make it into a treasure box. The second woodcutter looked at the second tree and said,
"This looks like a strong tree. I can sell it to the shipyard."
The second tree was happy because he knew he was on his way to become a mighty ship. When the third woodcutter came upon the third tree, the tree was frightened because he knew that if they cut him down, his dreams would not come true. The woodcutter said,
"I don't need anything special from this tree, so I'll just take it back with me."
When the first tree arrived at the carpenters, they made it into a feed box for animals. It was then placed in a barn and filled with hay. They cut the second tree and made a small fishing boat. They cut the third tree into large beams and left them alone in a lumber yard. The years went by and the three trees nearly forgot their dreams. Then one day, a young couple came to the barn, Joseph and Mary. Mary gave birth and they placed the baby in the feed box made from the first tree. As the starlight shone on the feed box, the tree could feel the importance of this baby. Now the tree knew that it was holding the greatest treasure of all time, Jesus Christ. Years later, a group of men got in the fishing boat made from the second tree. One man went to sleep. A great storm safe. The men woke the sleeping man, saying,
Master, Master, we all are going to die.
He stood and said,
Be calm.
and the storm stopped just as quickly as it had begun. The other men saw this and were very afraid. They said,
Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him.
and suddenly the tree knew that he was carrying the King of heaven and earth, Jesus Christ. Finally, someone came and got the third tree. It was carried through the streets as the people made fun of the man who was carrying it. Later, they nailed the man to the tree and raised him up to die on the top of the hill. But on the third day, the tree knew the death and destruction of his only son had changed everything. God's love had made the first tree beautiful. It had made the second tree strong. And every time people thought of the third tree made into a cross, they would always think of God. And that was better than being the tallest tree in the world. My dear friends, thank you and God bless you.